Hello, hello guys and students. Myself Dhruv Patel. I'm taking a lecture on a subject fluid mechanics. So I'm starting. As you see on the display, it's a PPT, means a presentation, PowerPoint presentation. The topic is fluid mechanics. Okay, so we will study fluid mechanics, a introductory portion. That what is fluid mechanics and what types of fluid are there in it and what is the properties of fluid mechanics. So, hello, myself Dhruv Patel. I'm Dhruv Patel. I'm an assistant professor in Engineering College Tua, and I'm here because to explain you about fluid mechanics. So, generally, first we come to mechanics. First we depart fluid mechanics into portion part and come to mechanics. So anybody know that what is mechanics? So we have studied earlier in a previous semester that mechanics of solids. Yeah, in third sem in this. Okay. So what is mechanics? So mechanics is the study of forces that act on a body and the resultant motion that bodies experience. Means if you imagine that one body, as an example, we can take as a mobile. Okay, the mobile is steadily put on the table. At that time, some external force acts on it. Yeah, and due to that external force, the body changes its behavior, and this behavior, the study of this behavior is known as mechanics. So either we can say that the body is in rest condition or motion condition. In both the cases, the behavior of material or a body changes. The study is to be done in a mechanics. Mechanics is one type of branch of engineering in which we study the behavior of any type of element when it is at rest or in motion. One type of branch of engineering. Based on the property, it has three types. Which are those three types? So first one is solid, second one is liquid, and third one is gas. Solid, liquid, and gaseous. Okay. So what is solid, liquid, and gaseous? So we study somehow some of this solid, liquid, and gases in detail. See, based on the property. This is the figure showing the molecules. The first right side figure is showing the molecule of solid. The second figure is showing the molecule of liquid, and the third force is showing the molecule of gases. So in this slide, I have shown you a molecular structure of the material. Substance consists of various types of molecules, means numerous molecules. The substances which we see around surrounding us, like we say mobile, we see a solid brick, okay, we see water stored in a vessel or surrounding gases or air. Each material is become of substance of molecule. Uh, Intermolecular cohesive forces attract each other. Means due to intermolecular cohesive forces, the molecules attract each other and create various types of bodies. So in case of solid, we can see here the In case of solid, this is solid. The molecules are attracted with each other, and the distance between the spacing between two molecules is very less. So it is known as a rigid body. And, and because of this, we can sense the material surface. We can sense the material surface, that which type of surface it is, like a smooth surface or texture surface. All the surface created due to the intermolecular cohesive force. And second figure, we can see the liquid molecule structure. In this, the distance between the molecules is more than the solid, but it is not so much expanded that we can't even sense the surface. We can see with our eyes the liquid surface. We can see with our eyes the solid surface, but we can't see the gases. Why we can't see the gases? Because the distance between the molecule and the gases is very expanded. That's why we can't even sense or see the gases. These three properties are there of mechanics: solid, liquid, and gases. In fluid mechanics, we study about the liquid and gases, not solid. Okay. So now, what is fluid mechanics? Now you have got the idea by studying the mechanics that what will be the fluid mechanics doing, what the fluid mechanics is. So in fluid mechanics, it is the branch of science. What is the branch of science which deals with the behavior of fluid at rest as well as in motion. Okay. So there's only not the solid that is in rest condition. The fluid also will be in rest condition somehow. So we have to decide. So in this, in fluid mechanics, we will study about the behavior of fluid whenever it is in rest condition or whenever it is in motion condition. So, so regarding to this definition, there are two types. First one is fluid statics and second one is fluid motion. Now, coming to the next slide, which will show the fluid statics. So, fluid statics. Now, what is fluid statics? What is fluid statics? The definition of fluid mechanics is that in which we study the behavior of fluid when it is in rest or in motion condition. So, regarding to this word, static. Static means stop, stop condition. Means rest condition. Static means rest condition. So, due to this, definition of fluid statics is the branch of fluid mechanics. Fluid mechanics is branch of science, and fluid statics is the one part of fluid mechanics. So the fluid static is the branch of fluid mechanics which deals with the study and behavior of fluid when it is at rest. Now our mind blinks that when the fluid is in rest condition. Think when will be the fluid will is in rest condition. So as an example, we can say that water pressure on wall of dam. Water pressure on wall of dam. Now have you ever visited the dam? I am from Gujarat, so I have visited Sardar Sarovar Dam. Yeah, it's the largest dam, concrete dam. So it's the stream side where the water is stored. At that, the water is in static condition. While the water is in static condition, it creates some pressure on the walls of the dam. So at that time, the behavior of fluid on the walls of the dam is to be studied. It is known as fluid static. Another example, water stored in a vessel. Now suddenly take a real example. You are thirsty and you take a glass of water. At that time, have you ever imagined that this is fluid mechanics? If I can take a glass, fill up of water, I haven't been imagined that this is fluid mechanics until I get understand this. So, seeing the water is filled in the vessel, but the steady water creates pressure on the surface of the glass. That is fluid statics because the water is in static condition and it creates some pressure on the glass. We will not be able to understand if water is stored glass in a glass material. If we store a water in a plastic glass, then we will understand that how water is exerting pressure because it will change the shape of the glass. Okay. Another example is water stored in a water tank. In all our houses, there is a water tank. Okay. In water tank, have you ever imagined that water will be in motion condition? It will be in static condition. The static condition water will exert some pressure on the walls and the surface of the tank. That is very static. This is an example. You can see here, this is a wall and the backside the water is stored. This water exerts the pressure on this wall. Here, pressure. This is a glass of water or a beaker. You can see that beaker and the water is stored in it. Okay, and it is exerting the pressure on the surface of the water. Regarding to this, I can show you some clip. Mm, sorry, I have having some problem. Wait, I'm coming to and I will show you some video. So one of the video regarding to this. You can see this video and understand that water pressure where this is a dam and this here the water is being stored. So it exerts this pressure on the walls of the dam. Okay, so why it is in triangular portion? Because we all know that at the top surface of the water there will not even a single pressure, and gradually increasing the depth, the pressure will be in maximum portion. So the head is zero, the water pressure is also zero, and the head is maximum, the water pressure is maximum. So it is in triangular portion, and we can say that the water is like this pressure. This is the dam height. So upstream side, the water stored and the pressure exerts like this, and this is the formula to calculate the water pressure, and the CG distance is h by 3 because we all know that the CG distance for triangular is h by 3. So now coming to our slide, fluid statics. So have you understand the fluid static portion? Now we are going to understand the fluid dynamic portion. Means the fluid motion. Fluid motion. Fluid motion have two parts, two subtopics like fluid kinematics and fluid dynamics. So what is fluid kinematics and what is fluid dynamics? The difference between them is based on this definition. So what is the definition of fluid kinematics? It is the branch of fluid mechanics. It is common, which deals with the study and behavior of fluid when it is in motion, but without reference to external forces. Now what is this? So let's understand if this is one substance, okay, it is on the surface. So this is I can understand the fluid state. But if this is a slopy portion, so the substance will move automatically by itself. At that time, no external forces occur on it. So it is without reference to external force. It is in slopy portion. Okay. If it is in plane portion, then it is in static condition. But it is in slopy portion, then it will move and the motion is created. Due to the motion, but external force is not occur on it. It moves automatically by itself. That's why it is without reference to external force. So as an example, on the basis of fluid, so have you ever imagined that how the fluid move itself? Think when the fluid moves itself. Hmm. See, I'm showing you. As an example, water flowing through the runoff. Runoff means you have watched the waterfall. You have taken bath under the waterfall also. But have you ever imagined that this is also fluid mechanics? No, no. So at that time the river is flowing and the slopy surfaces come. The river is moving without reference to external force. See, study of velocity of fluid and study of acceleration of fluid. So this is a figure of runoff. In this figure, you can show that water falls from the surface, upward surface to downward surface, but without reference to external force. This is the one type of example of fluid kinematic. Okay. Now going forward to fluid motion for the dynamics. So now you have understand the definition. That what will be the definition of the fluid motion dynamics. So it is also the branch of the fluid mechanics which deals with the study the behavior of fluid when it is in motion with reference to external force. With reference to what? External force. So as an example, flow through orifice. Now you haven't understand what is orifice because it is the introductory portion which I am teaching you now. So what is orifice? You haven't understand. So orifice is one type of this is a one type of vessel which is filled with water. But we make a hole here. We make a hole here and the water comes through outside through that hole. So this hole is known as orifice. Orifice have various types of shapes like triangular shapes, rectangular shapes, circular shapes. At that time, it is known as some type of external pressure. Why? We make hole to create pressure in the fluid. So flow through orifice, okay, is an external pressure. Right? So have you understand? Up till now we have studied three types of definition, that what is fluid mechanics, what is fluid kinematics, and what is fluid dynamics. The fluid statics is the definition that this deals with the study and behavior of fluid when it is in rest condition. Okay, this fluid motion kinematics. The fluid motion kinematics, it is the branch of fluid mechanics deals with the study of behavior of fluid when it is in motion without reference to external force. three types of example we have here. Without reference to external force means uh, runoff. Okay, and fluid dynamics. It deals with the study and behavior of fluid when it is in motion with reference to external forces. Okay. Now moving forward, that okay, coming to the fluid. We have generally studied about the what is fluid mechanics, which are its parts. Fluid mechanics has three parts: statics, motion, and dynamics. Now coming to types of fluid. There are various types of fluids like ideal fluid, like real fluid, Newtonian fluid, non-Newtonian fluid, and ideal plastic fluid. Okay, these are the types of fluid. We'll study in details. In the next slide, I'm going to say that this is a graph of shear stress and velocity gradient. This shows the ideal fluid. This is ideal fluid. This is Newtonian fluid. This is non-Newtonian fluid, and this is ideal plastic fluid. You will not understand this graph now, but after I will show you that what is ideal fluid, what is real fluid, what is Newtonian, what is non-Newtonian, you will understand this graph. So coming forward as ideal fluid. So what is ideal fluid? Which is incompressible, having no viscosity and no surface tension. Now you will think that what is viscosity, what is surface tension, what is so viscosity and surface tension are the properties of the fluid. Now coming to incompressible and compressible fluid. So you know that there are two types of fluid, incompressible and compressible. Incompressible means the fluid on the liquid portion we cannot exert any compressive force. You imagine that you have taken a vessel, it fills with the water. Can you exert compressive force on the fluid? No. Can you exert water pressure compressive force on the fluid? If you can, then and any condition like we are going in a swimming pool. If we can exert compressive force on the water, then as well as you jump in the water comes out. It's a simple thing. So we cannot exert any compressive force on the liquid. So liquids are incompressible and gaseous are compressible. Why gaseous are compressible? Because when we fill the balloon with air, so we are filling it with compressive force. Okay, so it is a compressible. So kept in mind that all the liquids are incompressible fluid and all the gaseous are compressible fluid. Okay, so fluid which is incompressible and having no viscosity. Viscosity means one surface and other surface. Means we can understand by example that a layer of one fluid to layer of another fluid. Means oil and water. Okay. Viscosity means the thickness of the material, of the thickness of the water. It's known as density. Okay. Uh, Simple example I can say a sumo pelvan and you. Okay. There is a difference between sumo pelvan and me. Okay, we take to me. Okay, I have thinner body. Sumo pelvan has a fatter body. Both have different type of viscosity. Okay. Now coming to surface tension. Surface tension is also one type of property. We will study further in detail. Okay. So generally, ideal fluid means fluid which is incompressible, having no viscosity, no surface tension, is known as ideal fluid, and it is one type of imaginary fluid. Because no fluid is there who has no viscosity and no surface tension. There is no fluid who has no viscosity and no surface tension. Each fluid has viscosity and surface tension. Because due to surface tension, only fluid is exists. So, real fluid. So, it is the opposite of ideal fluid. A fluid which is compressible, having viscosity and having surface tension. Real fluid, all the fluid are real fluid. Water, real fluid. Oil, real fluid. Kerosene, real fluid. Okay. So this is an example of real fluid. Understand? Coming forward to Newtonian fluid. So what is Newtonian? See the definition. Real fluid means, see the starting word. Real fluid, not ideal fluid. Real fluid in which the shear stress is directly proportional to the rate of shear stress is known as Newtonian fluid. Now what is shear stress and what is shear stress? In this fluid portion, how we can understand? If we study on the basis of structural engineering, then we can understand the shear stress and shear strain. Okay, but in the fluid portion, how we can understand shear stress and shear strain? What is the, again I can read, real fluid in which shear stress is directly proportional to the rate of shear stress. See what example I have given. This is a vessel. It's filled up with oil. Why I have filled it with oil and why I have shown this example to you? Because whenever you fill the oil in the vessel, its viscosity is very high. At that time, you want to fill the vessel. So the vessel will fill exactly you wanted to fill it. So you wanted to fill like this. The flow will remain constant. The flow is remaining constant. That was shear stress is directly proportional to the shear stress. The flow you want is shear stress, and the flow is filled constantly is known as shear stress. That's why it is known as shear stress is directly proportional to the shear stress. In ओरिजिनल लैंग्वेज आई कैन से दैट अपन को जितना चाहिए इतना अपन भर सकते हैं और उतना ही आ रहा है, उसे हम न्यूटोनियन फ्लूइड कह रहे हैं। न ज्यादा न कम, वही फ्लो में आ रहा है। ठीक है, इट इज नोन एज न्यूटोनियन फ्लूइड। कमिंग फॉरवर्ड टू नॉन न्यूटोनियन फ्लूइड, so real fluid in which the shear stress is not directly proportional to the rate of shear strain. So which will be the example of this? I can say blood, toothpaste, ketchup. Have you understand why I have given this type of example to you? Because blood is a very thin. Its impact is very suddenly comes outside. All the flow suddenly comes outside. In slight slopy portion, we all the flow outside. Means हम ब्लड की ट्यूब को जैसे ऐसा करेंगे तो पूरा बाहर ही आ जाएगा, सोचने का टाइम भी नहीं देगा कि कितना बाहर आना चाहिए। Understand? Toothpaste. Whenever we bought a new toothpaste, at that time we slightly push the toothpaste and suddenly come a rate of increasing rate of portion of the paste outside. We don't even want. As the toothpaste get older and exactly thin surface, at that time we need a little much paste, but we have to do lots of work on it. Okay, that a little much paste is come. So we are giving shear stress maximum and the shear strain is coming this much. And at the starting, when the toothpaste is new, we are giving shear stress this much and shear strain is coming this much. That's why this is the portion that in which shear stress is not proportional to the shear strain. Now coming forward to the ideal plastic fluid. What is ideal plastic fluid? Fluid in which shear stress is at yield value and shear stress is directly proportional to the rate of shear strain. Now what will be the example of this? Any idea? So coming to the why I have given oil pastels. Yeah, oil pastels, the bucket of oil paints are known as ideal plastic fluid. Wait, I'm explaining. See, whenever you bought a paint, oil paint, the bucket is full up of paint. Now imagine the bucket is half. At that time, you do you want to take out the paint from the bucket. So you will swipe the bucket upside down like this. But the flow of paint will come slowly, 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 slowly. And at the end, it will come, the fluid is at maximum shear stress. We are applying maximum shear stress के भाई आ जा अब तू. और जब वो एज पे आ जाएगा ना फिर अपन को जितना चाहे ना उतना हम लेंगे. तो जब तक वो आता है वो हमने मैक्सिमम shear स्ट्रेस दिए. और जब वो अंदर फ्लो बकेट में से बाहर निकलेगा तो सीयर स्ट्रेस इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द रेट ऑफ सीयर स्ट्रेस. तब अपन को जितना चाहिए उतना ही अपन लेंगे ना. समझ गए. वैसे ही ये ऑयल पेस्टल में भी ऐसा है. जब ये जब ये थोड़ी ओल्ड हो जाएगी, थोड़ी क्या हो गया ड्राई हो जाएगी, तब अपन बहुत सीयर स्ट्रेस लेंगे तब वो सरफेस तक आएगी और उसके बाद अपन को जितना चाहिए उतना बाहर. So it is known as ideal plastic fluid. So again, come back to the revision portion. The types of fluid are 5 types of fluid. We have seen that ideal fluid, real fluid, Newtonian fluid, non-Newtonian fluid, and ideal plastic fluid. Now going to the graph portion. See, ideal fluid. So what is ideal fluid? So ideal fluid is incompressible, having no viscosity, no surface tension, is known as ideal fluid, which is a straight line, both. Because such there is not such a fluid exists. Now coming to Newtonian fluid. Shear stress is directly proportional to the rate of shear strain. This is shear stress and this is shear strain. Both are equal. Okay. Non-Newtonian fluid. Shear stress is not directly proportional to the rate of shear strain. When shear stress is like this, shear strain is like this. When shear stress is this, then shear stress is maximum. Okay. Ideal plastic fluid. Shear stress is at maximum portion. After that, shear stress is directly proportional to the rate of shear stress. So I hope you have understand all the definitions of the fluid mechanics. So today I'm giving this much lecture. In another video, I will explain about the properties of fluid. Okay. So for now, today, bye, and I hope you like my method. If not, then please comment it that by using what solution I need to do in this video. Okay. So bye.